Naraman ko taling nenuna di taling lokut ilolor na tinate lopon dai live show na metaling tinate lasu tinate Nora Devarna Martin tinate Kennedy, thank you, I can see you. Naraman ko taling tinate lasu lingi ponda gusilo lor na nagata medini iya jede postayu iboku guest speaker likan ngilo amule tede yinku ya jore ku lepeng ukuta kuna kindi keson ki kasajo ready lagata pipi jene lepeng tinate kuna dende kuta yinga ura walta bayinga tinate Once again, we are Jerisa Tinate Kennedy, anak budi ngana gadiling na bot it anak bunni. Sister Melling Tinate gusunana da kwani yukuna bes manundo guess ligang amule yala atade inge kwaya ko lepeng ilo lorna atau pitlo bijong langa ngara kini kuta make sure adi kuta sere ta aja dem korot ise video na aku lengu tunkati kwa yinga James kanti Pojulu must to be alive na Roman James Ben medo Agustino Tinate kudo kili kengeng na link adol brother mule na aden kudo yemet link ngina lakin yang ina kudo klik adom lupundo tinate kedada tu wita na takina washinga ya takina medda live ya you neno ale taling lo utana weekend lo bada kasungini kang ni na lakin kalo ka terot Brother Mule, Dodi Domandu, joining maybe Dolisa the boy wait here, could do make so could they click ladi at the enter the studio. National sub Amendana Doni. They're not there. Wala yo to kanko mana. There we are, Amule.
Tina te kiasiri reida.
Nenu dari talok mengini, there we are once again. Dainga?
Ay nalo inga. Tina te parik.
Okay. There we are. The floor is open for you double tungerot ko program ko topic laga dengo sharing ga ku lingi lolor tinate pare naga dona ringa ponda yi jama kendana yi kuyati remedies ti Pojulu de ya pare. Okay, James, bulana tungo diole lo kuna de windi guest lo. De ya pare. So nana lo yole diga lo genus kuna tutungo kindi yole lo yala kune tutungo kindo adan ada ke resolusi jambo. Mama la ya dudu de ya na metro na roman Gabriel Banda Tinata Agustino Adito pero ba kekere. Once again there we are.
Tinate reide winda nanan Pojulu culture must be alive. La nan Amule Nixon Rafael aka Pojulu Lokoyok Nanlo Addis Ababa nan kenda pharmacy Addis Ababa University. Yala lokolongina topic laga imi de jambo katana Pojulu Traditional remedies. Manatu dawat kang tikat laga ti Pojulu. Yala iko mindo compare wole mindo tojojo dawat kang ti Pojulu tikak ku dawat ti songina na la lunga conventional medicine yala kati ku kule dawat masalan i juron go ku Japan ku Egypt wele China India irum bin ko itu ligi giri lo dawat laga salagun songina na laga ibago sekulo lo lunga conventional medicine ku paracetamol ku quinine ku sipro kilo dawat ling do rumbinadi kuko rei tirigalo dawat tikak. So history lo ko jambu ko history lo traditional medicine alojo parik suluja Japan the first the traditional medicine pharmacopoeia law was actually created in Japan. Kuna kwa ko pharmacopoeia ngina book na bijo na tugo ngilo asan dawat ko ibo ko dawat la masalan lore i kaden ukati dawat la gare i kijaka u kaden ka dawat ka tilore i torakula i kujong lolu nga minerals. So dawat boko basically three sources of drugs and all killing natural sources of drugs of which domedadi the biggest origin lo dawat from traditional medicine yibo so Pojulu boku traditional medicine kang dawat kang ti tikat ko lagati bojojo ku dawat tikat bosoti lobo Ethiopia wala lobo asan kilo ngolo durundo kat boso nyomot So we made the traditional remedies kan was a tipo julu. Before na guy jambo ko ati dawat ti kak. Ide den history lo dawat lo ayan mini beron lo was it traditional point of view. Traditional healers kolo wale kelo ngadi buniton kolo before naga kuko den dina di lo da nyolo kita wale lo da nyolo kita kuko dumadu the fasting history indo denda nyonyelo to mijodo and this is the same thing with the current ngola ga dakatera ko konda ngilo bunit mindo denda danyolo men suluja nano yejonga dingitan moda e perok moda ngilo men danyolo tikinda men parik danyolo tikinda ngina men nyaga dubari kark before naga ngilo ajedede ngilo bunit ye yunda di lo dawa wala nakoro potiki wala lo lige ngilo ngarakinda ngilo ayan. So this is something which is very unique laga e rumbina di i boso pojulu ngu boroi ku pinyitat na lakin ngina pinyitat imindo ke be teteliki boso naga culture lega nglo pojulu boso boja ni kang jupo ni kang yesu ni kang imindo ke be bobongo mana tu ikati ke be bobongo kilo dawat kang laga tikat kolo. So kudo medda history boso yilo ngi sedai pelet ku dingin naga nakit na rumbina de iya lige boku iya tuanti boku lige lo lefen iya tuanti boku lige lo lefen ku ngilo buni de tenda de wana to la lo boso ku mutu ku wankele ku keleti boku wankele ngilo buni de ten au takinda dade nyakale ko kina lamudi wala nyakale koropoti kina na papa. So kuda nyaka ugina koropoti kina papa wala na lamudi asanda medda it is little bit shower kudo medda maybe kuda nyaka o ngila wankele au badiyom talata yom alikilikin ina men gida o bain so kudo medda kuy compare kilo remedies kan wala kilo dawat laga bunitin kan titikin dai ila jo ana na tuanti laga iba bunyo kuy konda research rumbina di actually it is the same like the current situation boso songina na kudo to ku dictor do window kaleti lolo do dental problem ngilo dictor ko do history ye conduct physical examination our thinking something maybe antiseptic auto tiki piyong na ngade do bongini kala and this is the same thing durumbina din kine koropati papa wala kine koropati jedede ti lomudi boku some components some chemicals laga it has bactericidal effects also it has antiseptic effect yena tinginda kudo milo brin ko tende do kude kebbo kine ko ya goso songina no kati dictor tagina dadi yile ko dawat goso to boku tai for that technique prophylaxis na di mote geleng after every 12 hours for like 5 days or 1 week kude kebbo kilo sarese definitely there will be some positive effect and kilo kati the same issue that happens with the our people traditional healers kolo taking the guidelines how to take this medication boso koropati pa bakina tata ke dadi nyakale nyaka yala iki ko nungile kaliti lo laga lo mimen lo maybe doko gonya yokene mugin na jonga do for 5 days on nyo tata ke dadi saba nyakale nyaka odo bes iki ndingile kaliti laga boku menna yala kineka balak bedo ya yakun koke. That is the very scientific point of view. Manatu kilo chemical laga bo I koropati papa wala bo koropati telo mudi kilo it has to stick there so that it sinks deep absorption has to take place manatu nilo chemical yangi ilukuru solo lo cause wankele lo so could they follow with time daddy ngilo wankele kalas ye elajo borik so do mentakati it's like with the conventional medicine. Conventional medicine, the current medicine, not the ki the katera sogre na bohusela, sita mungkin kamsa sena saba sena kikenda. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, nala inga.
I am sorry to interrupt you. Adi there's a voice on the background. Na aden kum TV go on wala ngonda headphone. Adi James adi there's a background. Aja the noise on the background.
Okay, I will try to reduce the volume. Couldn't reduce the volume na TV na? I'll get back. Sorry for that.
Okay. Okay. Tinate nero data kilo inga kuda gwa question ure kindi question kan ngini make sure kuta say al video na akule ngutu nkoti inga koyati kulo ajede remedies of Pojulu Tradition. So share the video, share the video, share the video. Then we have mule.
Tinate radio. So sorry for the interruption. Background is now very clear. And kudomeda wankele lo ilajulana wankele. It's the same like the current thing, current medicinal, current conventional medicine. Nilo kine koropoti lo mudik boku bactericidal property. Kudomeda antibiotics kula boku two mechanism of action. Bacteria antibiotics katalaga masalan antibiotics kala dawalla treat bacteria. Bacteria antibiotic kala two types of mechanism of action. Bacterostatics wala bactericidal. Bactericidal lo wala lenga bacteria lo tawale. Bacteriostatic lo manatu tikindangilo bacteria bay durjo bay durjo bay yumeju jore. So immune system no nyelo destroy ngilo bacteria. So dur mini lomudi lo korobati lomudi korobati pepekelo boku bactericidal property. Mana to destroy bacteria lo totally. No by min dum ade immune system lo nyelo ku destroy ngilo bacteria. So kina korobati lomudi nyena bunit ku etang da nyene nyakale kine koropo kine ka bola kebde yakun koke bes ready ko kutuk maybe 5-10 minutes. These are the same directives. Ile kati doru mini medicine, be it traditional medicine or conventional medicine, belief is very, very important. Yumbo nagadi ngilo dawalaga ngilo dictor wala ngilo punit takinda do ngelo kude yub adinga ngara hinda do immediately kude ye kep kikole naga ngilo punit wala ngilo dictor takini do lo do bana boto jujukin ila joana bari do ngilo don tile likin kati ko medda wankele lo boso ngaji kang jore nan zato ni jamana nan sa dudurun do nan ko wankele ngote nyoka juna re soja piong senati ki soy ak tikini palang katayo ala line kala tinga jikulo. So what does that one implies? No? Kilo baba yes naga bes naga po sambalatina. There is a scientific background under that. In a sense that could have made that kine piong ti palang kine. Kine piong ti palang kine it's actually hypertonic manato the concentration na salt na is much more than the water. Yala ibo ipiong kang tim mugun boso rima rima kone kodo meda rima tim mugun kone wala kude dunga bari ko rima wawan kodo wangu tina do wangu balang kata ikinerima test lo balang kata ngina balang naga bori mangena lunga hyper baina very hypertonic ilo is normal yala kine ngina balang naga na so na rikde ane kala is too much concentrated. Taking the bacteria, it will get destroyed. The bacterial cell wall will get destroyed. So, some of our remedies actually has close relations with the current modern science or the scientific point of view. Kati kuda metaboso kuda dingit ku mute tu bonga kare do po bang do rumina this so lolu musbekin gomen nam. This is like otitis media, no? Otitis media. Ata gina da ngelo reke po kare. What do they do? Kuko kondada. Inene dingit kuko rumunda yelet ay lagindi konut kokenaso. And then how yelaki kumeje. So if you correlate it, if there is inflammation as an otitis media, there is inflammation of the middle ear. If there is inflammation, there is pain. Main kata ukati sasa ungena piri sasa ungena piri kati yelan no. So ngina yelat ko yelaki ngini mana tikinda ngina piri ngingira there will be perspiration. So ngina piri nikwe ngingira there will be evaporation, the heat will be coming out, men will reduce. No? So these are some of our traditional medicines that are actually having links with scientific or the current science. Kati kuda medagboso nan kajuna taginda on Thursday nangu jambadi jama ngutulo moden kuna durundo kasko ko mon ko lo moden karen ngeti bankine lo ngakomonit kine karen narumbina dam ngaji lo yume ngaji lo ya lo yume ngerot ke ko lo link tata so ngoto nyokuti kulele dictor lo kat kati lunga galion ko yengili kikri lo ngoto nyon takina la pena a dum ndilele lige ata indi ngoto nyaadi ngilo lige do borun ku kine geleng ngoto nyon jongi jonga te ngilo kine te ki kadyu angoto nyon dum ngilo lige adi ngilo lige do jogga ko do moju ku bolot saba do jukin moju kanan tara kuni no dingilo syphilis immediately le pe mod yeke kilo ajerede kilo kikole naga galion mutakin le pen kolo immediately nan ma yume kulenga jig ma yume keyboard so but right now ngilo la hadi sogna na yinguden koropoti tingilo dawa ngutulu jore nguden ani ngilo dawa ngilo kokuriti ti ngilo kedingi ko e joka ko e pirane bolot lazim ko do syphilis it will go off. So kilo dawat was a traditional medicine kankulo for us to pass this information to the next generation. Currently bakana books actually nangbo checking from the internet. There is nothing nangura about South Sudan traditional remedies. Yala ibo so pojulu kulo ku yedden mohimo la busan na kilo kukuri kilo kaden midadi kritik boso my jambi na de pojulu culture must not be pojulu culture must be alive no kriti kilo kine density kilo kaden will go kurin it must be alive to be passed to the next generation to the next generation kriti ko de medda boso ilajula na deka ilajula na deka in the using the Pojulu remedy, traditional remedies, and then we compare it to the current management of wounds, no? Well, medically, there is similarity in the science, in the knowledge. Kudo boku deka goso nyakondi, ku nyakondi kata. De kuko dumunda aje de yelena kitum, Ngina yelen na kitum tuduki ngina dika au saba ko kosang do me dangina dika lilik madang la di malik so kui analyze yelen na kitum no what makes danielo tikinda kude kungilo kude tudukinda yelen na kitumi dika wala ngina nyakundi angina dika lekelek nyakundi na tangu ngina dika na ngonga mungkin kam sena kule lo jongon asara sena ngaji kule ngaji kata la durjoza tu ngina dika la di mapata so yelen na kitumna boku anti-inflammatory properties anti-inflammatory ngola tikinda beri kenang tu pae yelan no boku anti-inflammatory effect property ukati boku property laga improve regeneration of the tissues because of the collagens, like improve formation of collagens within the site of the wound. Lakini kila ngola ga yi tiden ku kulo baba kwa jona kuten how helpful this oil of python is. Lakini if you go to take this oil of python to the laboratory and then you do analysis, it has anti-inflammatory properties, but the properties in the growth of regeneration of tissues. Also, there are some vitamins like kitum. So that's why I don't matter kitum na boso kule kerejin katala within the Pojulu lo yesu kule ka kasika kata na yesu kitum na very nutritious. It has a lot of, first of all, bokwaje de omega-3 fatty acids in the growth of cells, regeneration of cells. So nene the other remedy naga boso ku imedangina ngina dika naga nyakundina in the treatment of ngina dika sometime no meda kwa monye kangwele ngotela kan dotora hikat ayelen nyana tigini ya jedede ikimang ina let kwe so kwe soja beri kujungi pape kude tora kata buka gini abu gini ngina deka abu gini ngina deka dogi belele jada we belele jada tamam doma ben mungkin for 2 days lakin kole nga after kilo 2 days doma dingina deka madition ngina deka madition. So what does it mean if you correlate this one with the current surgical methods of wound management or surgical toileting of wound? This is like doing debridement, no? Debridement manatu kuko mudena di ngina de kana ganya kundi ngina the thing ngina ona loboke. These are all dead tissues, no? So these dead tissues are actually harboring bacteria, different types of bacteria. Yala kudo meda di kana naga nyakundina is actually colonized with different types of bacteria. Ngina tikinda ngina deka zato biolic because the number of bacteria that is there is too much. So one best way of getting rid, boso time bomb, boso do go back in the goronek, so all the bacteria will be destroyed, and then the truth is it's a very aggressive way of management of wound, but it has a lot of benefits, no? In a sense, boso kudo jongaji kumeli angina deka ngina bari kenaga nangu bari ngina nyina kepoji goge, no? This is what we call debridement in surgery. So it's a minor surgery, but Jama Kankulo, they were doing it without having, I don't know, but the truth is they were knowledgeable. They were really very, very knowledgeable about this. So ngina dika kukine ajede ngina bari kenaga naro ngene ye bumaji wake yeti tion, phylobacteria lengeti tion, and then underneath growth of new tissue starts up. Ngina management na ngina dika nanya kondina. There are so many ways. Yala kudo meta management na dikanaga fresh wala do to do puko de puko kungurubit the gede dikanaga na bijong, they will tell you romongi ajede de koropoti papa wala pata na papa jatu nyana genye anya kala atora kini ingina dika for the fact that I explained koropoti papa kina buku bactericidal property ukati anti-inflammatory property. Nina property na papa na ngunya kalangana is just like iodine, no? But also antiseptic property. So could compare Kubabaga with our current modern science or modern medicine. Very fine. The issue is that Kubagajuna they were just using available resources, no? And the only available resources they had were the plants and the animals, and sometimes the stones, no? And this is the genesis of the current conventional pharmacy or the conventional medicine. It started from that crude understanding from our great-grandparents, which we, Pojulu, we are blessed to have it. And that's why Mindoku Jungi Nyanaku currently alive close so that they can pass for us this information, and then we can sit all together and then we see how we can put this big information into writing book wala yimido den ngelo ko dingi wala koropo wala ko turon wala ko kuriti la benzela muhim. So kudo kati medda kudo compare ajere de pharmacognosy is like study of plant medicine from the natural sources. Kodingi lang, koturun ti lepen go different percentage of the specific chemical wale miti lo lepen wale kokuri ti lepen go different ajedi. So it's very important. Naga adike be go bong our traditional remedies. So now then maybe we can have some interlude wale music, and then after that, and then I can continue.
Okay. Dog request ku James Ben. Ali, can you help? Can you help us writing down and then send it to customers to be alive to be documented? So, kila ngalado jambu sa kilo, James is requesting ko double blow working cut and then other solution people customers to be alive.
I will do that. That is very important. Now, I will do that.
No. Oh. Okay. So once again, viewers, telling you we ulag boku question ko ure kindi kan nginin udah bawa pian ure kindi kan nginin yela amule ansai ansao. Tinate.
Maybe we can have a song where lady take a Pojulu to refresh us for the next disease like I mean the jumbo.
Okay. Once again, then we are Igbo Fielo Kataku James Ben.
Okay.
Adi, can you explain about the Timelo, please? We need to know about the Timelo.
Thank you so much. I will come to that.
Okay.
So, okay. Tinate Reida, Tinate, thank you for the song. For the listeners, thank you so much for taking interest in following up this discussion. Nalolisa jambu kwa kitika. So there were different remedies. They can get different remedies. Kui jambu kwa yati even ngina dika kwa dika na nyakundi wale kwa dika na galisa fresh management treatment dale pena different. No? boso nan de on ko de kana nya kondina mostly kuko treat boso kuko assume na gade there are so many kuru basically kuko lunga kuru no our great grandparents used to call ngina deka go kuru ngina deka go kuru. But the concept is bacteria, different bacteria that actually exist in ngina deka. So kodo modern dungupi in modern wala English kuko nickname goes adi sausage plan. Donc den dungupi ngila kadi boku fruits le belo jolo jotira. So dungupi lagati kwe joka
ngilo aja deh ngilo aja deh kengai kai kalau lo bon musum kan
lo bon lo jotina
ikanti ibele dia di ku ngiro na fan ngumoka bi mana kina singkol go lo borgel
ila mit, but actually an study has been done, research mukonana gadi dungupilo actually it helps in breast farming. Okay, taking the kina long but then it straighten the breast muscle. Manatu boso kajina pero na do adi kude bondu ngilo dungupi kina singkol do boso but that is one of the things that it's a myth, but it has been proven nagadizatu dungupilo it helps the breast to get firm. Breast lo kinagulo by odo like it will be very straight. No, this is one of the things. Dungupilo gati ngangara hinda boso currently many pharmaceutical companies are actually using ngilo sausage plant ngilo dungupi for making cosmetics, yele tanti berikat. Boso sunscreens, no? Boso kule ngutulun mostly in kawajat kine. Kuko eseda kolong naga sap, domenda they have skin burnt, no? By the ultraviolet rays from the sun. At the end, rurumbini cancer. So kuko to the beach to relax. You have to smear do yela hinda bering nene naga protect ngina berikat. Lakin ba berikan ne kang na yi Pojulu yingu bore berikan naga tamam boso naga do medina berikan na seserni kan na reda go. That is the beauty of us as Pojulu. We are blessed with good skin. Lakin kulu to labo light skin kulo they need sunscreen to protect their skin. Yala ngilo active pharmaceutical product is actually got from ngilo dungupi. Yeah? So dungupi la boku also anti skin irritant and the smoothing agent, thinking that very smooth lelang babain irritation babain na do metan kulang pupu salo bayon na beri kasko iberikat was when they are touched with grass the skin gets irritated and then gets inflamed, dermatitis.
That's allergic. That's allergic reaction,
allergic reaction. So ngelo dungupi is also anti-allergy, no? Specifically on the skin, no? Ngelo dungupi kati there are people, our great grandparents used to say, you have to take it. It has a property that helps us not to age, anti-aging, antioxidant. Yele kati kuda boku muskela imoid, no? Boso dongu medengo, kude medengo. Ngilo fruit lo dungu pinyolo joka ati kinido adu moju kude moju wala dola laka kilo moed kolo is hal momo kadolaga dot akade dos daji muding, no dos dang muding you because you cannot be moving do by po bang dos dot dongotawa. So that is actually the current. So na ku compare for instance you compare the current medicine drugs like longa kinda lagumo itingutu boso bisacodil is a tablet that helps you take it and then it will release, no? Then but before kilo dawat ijamana kilo dawat bain ko baba kajuna toketa dungupi lo ko jojo ka kiyongule be do moju immediately kudo godo medengo go talata arba yom immediately kude moju do tut bakana. So we have so many remedies. So Pojulu traditional remedies. Dika nakati inene dingit still because nal sa jambu kwa dika is Why? Because why am I exhausting enough a lot of time on deka? Because ngaji kang jore mubata, ngaji kang jore mubata ko deka naga gosonya kundi, those kind of things. And our great parents, they invested a lot of their energy to finding cave ngina nyakundi, nene dingi lunga uri, those kind of things. But it's just a wound that was not managed well. But they had also very many ways or local remedies that help to treat it, which currently is proven to be scientific. Bozo, kwa dekana nyakundina ko titinginda siwatat kata. No? Siwatat na actually it was siuna is the biggest medicine. As a medicine, not buy only for treatment. Medicine can also be for prevention and also for diagnosis. Bozo kudo yesu ngina siu na lolopana kwa siu na burutit wale kwa siu na nyamilikin wale siu na sewa zatu, no? They have different chemical properties that helps the body. Ngara kinda iteili do ba boko ayande teili yala siwa tat na kati boko antifungal property, antibacterial property. Yala because siwa tat na very lepena it absorbs water. It absorbs water. Kungina siwa tade tikidika do meta ku bacteria katangina deka bacteria kulo kodo bokadio, and then it will come up because sugar is one of the media that bacteria love so much. Even currently in the current medicine, dika in doctors dagatira kalo titikinda ajerede ko dika nanga very deep na jo parekan ako tikindi ajerede siwa tat kataya amugi mugo tikindi plaster, no? Bacteria like bokadi kulo mindo the sugar. They will come up and then after a day, popo linga de pangindi ajere de ingina plaster. After 2 days and then the plaster will be removed. It means that the bacteria is removed, no? The colony of the bacteria, different types, no? Gram negative, gram positive, all okay. And then next time also the following day, nene siwatanyana tigini kunene plaster. That is how they fish. Kilobacteria. And this is the same knowledge naga kubaba kajuna bofze. No? You can see how blessed and how wise our ancestors were. And we don't want this knowledge to just be forgotten. As we know, ingu den boja likang, ingu den jupunika, ingu den tinyuto kang laga yesu, kebe bobunga, lige wale kikolen laga kubaba kajuna tagindai ilajo orik ko ajere den. Because actually, Songnana, there is a paradigm shift. Domedadi, for the kudo to India, India who Indian traditional medicine, lolunga Ayurvedic. Kudo to the Moses for India, could torle faimba ayan loling, no? Even at the reception, no? At the reception, do we fear? Domindo Ayurvedic medicine or domindo conventional medicine. That is how modern, how the Indians have actually modernized their traditional remedies. So Pojulu, we also have the right. Okay, we have the right to make sure that our traditional remedies are preserved, are actually processed, and actually sold in the pharmacies. Even according to the FDA, FDA, the organization that regulates all drugs, FDA, Food and Drug Authority, they also take local traditional medicine as part of treatment. WHO, World Health Organization, in the year 2014 to 2023, strategy to integrate traditional medicine, African traditional medicine, into the current health system. Pojulu, we should not forget our traditional remedies. Kudo to pharmacy in most of the pharmacies, no, do to the sejelia, do ruminade, dawat kulo, dawalaga logo kuna factory kulo tiki, and then down there will be kilo kangla tikat kulo. They are always put down. They are sold, not to borrow. So the ruminade traditional medicine is one of the area in South Sudan that is still very fertile. It has not been exploited. Dawat kang jore katalaga, we will forget them. Okay, we will forget them because ikologal iya bias dako ko ngutulu kang lobi jogo kulo.
Sorry, Amule. Sorry, let me interrupt you for a bit. Yeah. Don't men gina comment ku Simoni iya jedengi his screen gini. I don't know if like adi la do jamuse kulo adone kudom nguden difference.
Yes. Dungupi, yes, there's a difference with the junguli. What I was talking about, ngila junguli. Dungupi lo, it's like lodi de kick tina. Yeah, they are not long like junguli. It's just like I interchange words. Lo junguli ba dungupi. Yeah. But I have exhausted a lot about junguli, and I've talked about its benefit, how it helps to protect the skin, its anti-aging property, and its purgative. Yes, junguli. Tinate parik for that correction. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, area like traditional medicine, we should really exhaust it. Because now with the coming of Christianity, ikenisa kumutu ayan ado yo wutini ikunit take do take adi de dukini yupet no de dukini yupet kalas. That is not a good concept, no. Currently do medadi because traditional medicine, these are natural things, side effects fine. That is the beauty about traditional medicine. The reason why song na go a lot of side effects. Do moju chloroquine, wale do moju quinine, do inga sokol didija, do inga mugunu nuko ndari dana. These side effects fall because of some of the added components, no? Was to manufacture drug, well, tablet, many other things are there. So kulo other things a lot thing na yirumbini kilo side effects. Lakin kudo bozo do moju ko kuri lo ajedede lo kodingi. Because na jam kwati malaria kwati tokumarang kilo ling side effect, the only side effect nangina tupoter, no. Tupoter is also one of the side effects, but it is not very detrimental with the current conventional medicine, because our body is natural and we are taking plants which are natural. The body understands it far much better than the current synthetic nuclear chemicals, no. One other thing is that yes, was another ngujamba dikilo dawa lengpo from natural sources, but because of scarcity, kuko you want to make bulk production, don't to produce in bulk in tons, no? So you cannot go destroying all the trees. What they do is that after doing analysis, the kuko get this chemical structure longilo, the one they have realized that it's longer in the, and then they modify it, they make it synthetic, no? With other chemicals, like in the actual one, it's not produced, taking the side effects. So there are so many health benefits to traditional remedies than the conventional one. Yeah. It affects different receptors in the body. So at the end, even some of the side effects are actually worse than the disease itself. Like in to traditional remedies, you feel better, no? No side effects, but and then you can even get better. So the ideology nagade dawat kang ti bangolitut kubunit, it's not good. It's because previous understanding la bunit ngulo dendadi kuda ayan ngilo ayan po mulukolorok. Mulukolorok wole the spirit of our late dong kondang wala gatina, this is the way naga they diagnose disease. Like with the current understanding, traditional remedies they are actually far better than the conventional medicine. Okay, Lisa, about Nginasi water, I want to exhaust everything about Nginasi water. Nginasi water so many benefits. I mean, like raw honey. There's a difference. Very toka dekata na jedede nasi watanaga do Burundo supermarket kungina si watanaga lolopa. Okay, lolopa it's raw. There's processed honey and then raw honey. So Pojulu, what we have is raw honey, and raw honey is actually far better than ngina si watanaga do Burundo supermarket na. Why? Ngina si watanaga do Burundo supermarket na, it has gone through pasteurization process, heating, so above the boiling point. So kilo chemicals laga kudunga ngara hinda kilo ko antifungal property, kilo other chemicals link, they are all destroyed. No? They are all destroyed. Even research takin danguta adi ngina si watat naga do borundo supermarket na kebeti tiki deka. It has no health benefit because kine ko turon do meda kwa si watat wale kwa lomilikin wale kwa burun dogga ko turon ti different kaden kine ko turon bo different chemicals yala kilo chemicals, some of them they are very thermolabile. Thermolabile ko ben to be heated in high temperature. Yala kilo chemicals selaga selo tinginda the benefits of seal. So durumbina de si watat na nikak naga rona buku antiseptic property. Antiseptic na manatu deals with the bacteria, all germs, bacteria nyonyo kiloleng. Yala durumbina de si watat naga na research kati tukadi nina ro si watat buku hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide ngila destroy anaerobic bacteria. Anaerobic bacteria kila bacteria lobo kwa tika na jo ubo bonu nga no oxygen has to they survive in an area where there is no oxygen. So because of the hydrogen peroxide which is there in the raw honey, all those anaerobic bacteria will be destroyed. And ngina si watat also helps in the regeneration of the tissues. Ngina dika domeda neni beri kan naga jidit nyena durundi katengini. So si watat ni kang na jadi de na jurna amohim le leng kine si wanaga domeda tutu boros supermarket. Now why? Because kine na tutu boros supermarket it has gone through pasteurization process. It has gone through severe heating. So all the beneficial aspect of honey naga ikodorumbin from, they are all destroyed. Yala the other thing, lele ngolaga mohimlo, si watat na kati ngara hinda kuda bohu goho, kuda bohu yola, wale do bohu jue. Ngina si watat because of its antibacterial and antifungal property, ngara hinda it also suits kuda bohu lorololo. Kukude jawal do bohu ajede at least research takin dayadi at least ngina rohani baba kine naga kang nga songna na tutu goro ya jere kine at least in a day domindo you have to take 1 or 2 tablespoonful of honey. It's for health. Even American Heart Association ngina association not deal with the daily how healthy daily lol babo 20 jin daily American Heart Association advise yielding nagadi at least for health benefit in a day you have to take 1 or 2 tablespoonful of raw honey because of the other benefits of honey naga nango jamna. Siwatan nakati boso ngina siwatan ni kang na jur nakati it boosts our immunity. Boso na dingin na corona na the most important part is building the army of your body. Kilo asakir tikang timugun lo mureko 20 gene bacteria virus kilo mindo ku to dure to dur. Ito to dur ku teriga laga lo siwatan nakati it's an immune booster. Taking the immune system they can balogo. Ku immune system lo balogo your defense is very strong. Corona that it will not be able to because the body will be able to destroy it. Ngina si watat kati bogo antioxidant property nangu jambu kwati antioxidant ija managa na jambu kunyoto tukan ki pojulu antioxidant kila ngila ngola gatinda mareku free radicals tikinda mugunu do by donga de wulek do ba very strong your cells will be regenerated every time. Ngina si watat kati ngara hinda ishal kuda bogo boso beron na godo kungira bubug dida wala mutu bubug ari motere na siwata awdo tiki odoro geleng na siwata the difference ti kuba baga jina with the current thing measurement lo drug lo kilo dawat kan tikat kulo it's kuko agoden do tiki aw kubaya geleng lo dikiriti mele adi motere overdose but because it's natural. That is the difference. Because it's natural and our body is natural, even though the overdose, do bay meran, no? Do bay tan, something like that. Kede lain so na dumara overdose lo chloroquine, will overdose, no? That will be petega. It's very complicated. Dapat petega do beta koen kolorotiki talas kuputo nyolo poni koen. Ikutok, that is how beneficial our traditional remedies is. Even though your local healers go like kuba bagay na, kumaro motero odoro geleng, do motero ngala odoro geleng, there's two paterna, huh? But the other things, there's no problem. Kati, si watan ngina rohani, nga ngarang nangutu do baru na peptic ulcer. Dama da songana nangutu jore because life, no? Life is very hard. Utul jore boko ulcers, no? Peptic ulcer. Dama da nang boko guruha, nang boko many teli, nang boko ngajere de. Ladi yanga level laga do jarima, you know? This is very, very bad. Like in honey, si watan ni kang na jurna, nga ngarang na do ti mugu nunun, ladi do baru binina, da baru binina na nangilo alsa kunyo because nandi ngojambadi si watan ni kang na jurna boku antibacterial property antifungal property yala ko do medda bacteria ngilo kuruso wala bacteria locus ulcers ngilo helicobacter pylori yala si watan na the antibacterial property lo si watan na actually destroys ngilo helicobacter pylori manatu si watan na zato adawa lo ulcers no scientifically proven research has proved that kati kuda boko go so atroth wala dida you are advised to take honey ngina si watat yala research na ko adiku for instance kudo metaboso difference how can you differentiate that adingilo go la caused by a virus wala ngila go caused by a bacteria kudo medadi doyo yola ko puto laga lo pe paipo lo laga yellow asfar paipo manatu do you can suggest naga dingilo manatu ngilo go a viral cough so ko a viral cough manatu you make sure naga de do dum de lumuna do soji sojado te india jede si wata katayo mungkin malaga mrek wala musala kudo mojuse dawa lo ngilo go modern current drug lo kwa juwe wala da ila dextromethorphan lo ngila antihistamine lakin research takinda adi si watanna actually is far better than dextromethorphan no? So we take both to our traditional medicine we will find that actually traditional medicine can are very cheaper ukati ngara indambukuna the learn ajede de conventional drugs. Kede kuna dem read there's a comment here. Oh yes. Now the decree melo, I will talk about it. Not all this to systematically. I will come to decree melo. Ne jambu si watanna it boosts our immunity. Uketi ngangara inda in wound healing. Une jambo dika kwa yati ngina yele nika ngina yele na kitum. Une jambo kwa yati si watat. The most important thing kwa yati si watat na. Research has found nagade si watan na kebere tikilupunak okay children ngaji laga below one ako yenga kinga geleng kilo lunga infants it is very dangerous more especially ngina si watan ni kang na jurna very dangerous because it has matches ngilo health benefits could carry some bacteria which is not good. One of the biggest bacteria that is not good for these children is Clostridium botulinum. Clostridium botulinum ngilo boso Clostridium ngilo group do tetanus. Ngilo bacteria lo cause tetanus. So kumiro laga lisa ko yenga kinga geleng kwe tiki wele malaga geleng lo ngina siwa that naga ro naga kosnalo lo pana. These are some of the signs. Ngidangero we will have some paralysis. No, we'll have some paralysis. Meme dengo will not feed well, and this is a very fatal and very dangerous condition. So lupunokulo kemri tikingina si watan nikang na jurna, but it's okay for the other kine kang na from the supermarket because it has gone through pasteurization. Those other bacteria have been removed. Now me tako so interest.
Sorry, Apple. Hello. Amule, sorry.
Yes, naloing nainga.
Yeah, don't mention kuyati see you. Iti kinangiro nam under 1 year old. Yela yung sulu jai kingajin muda.
From above
Just
from 2 years.
clarify.
2 years above.
Above 1 year.
Above 1 year, yeah. Above 1 year, manatu 2 years and yeah.
Okay.
Infant, the kudomeda stage of infant, iboku neonates, infant, and then child, then adolescent, puberty. Infant is below 1 year. So infants, neonate is below 1 month. So infants are not supposed to be given this raw honey.
Tinate.
So koyati tokumarang. Pero na domeda kungero, before thermometers, ngelo lo temani arara lo mutuno, no? Even kubaba kajina ngoden, no? Okay, I will come to that later. Kubaba kajina ngoden how to know fever, huh? Fever lo manato arara lo mugun kwetu above 36.7, 36.7 ngelo lungibera fever, no? So no? After taking history, that is how dometa actually the origin of the current modern medicine comes. Kuda ingangilo likikirilo ngalo ayan ado kondi physical examination, nene dingi dometa ko en kol pepereta, kudo go de ngole bayan, and this is the same thing na the katira sogna ko konda physical examination after taking history. Kuko maju do, maju inga dogo gumenna kwe dojaja, and then mugunan sasa or mugunon kikira, this might be malaria. Lakini nudingito meda menna kwena besku meni men ku kwena men the only drug la goti tikin ko tegina tokumarang, no? Tokumarang is very powerful and it's one of the drugs that has helped us a lot. As andomeda sedaraga jurna ini dingit lemasiat bain. Lemasiat bain o kimur jore o masalan another way which is very very unique to check about mosquito repellents, Udang den ngilo kedigilo kine ko turun alung loki mur, no? Rei da mus dango den loki mur.
Nangu den ye.
Hello? Asani bagana lemesiat. That is the beauty of our traditional remedies. Kuba magaji nango den lufuna ko wotita doru yu garanta loki mur, Loki mur jojo do tatu dodna loki mur, and then we do all the corners of the house, no? To chase out the mosquitoes. But right now, don't die of mosquito repellents. Kulelo ora, kulelo da do elagi nagonut. But that is actually the genesis. We do not know how our great grandparents got that knowledge from. Naga di manato ngilolo kimur, dongu kimur. And if you go scientifical, go study phytochemistry, doruminade, all plants have some specific chemical laga manato repel their predators, no? Kilo lunga phenols, no? Kilo phenols manato send away the predators. Manato Loki Mormelo, I don't know how our great grandparents did the research of correlated mosquito relationship with the Loki Mor. That is a very bad relationship, no? It means that they took a lot of time to study whichever thing they think is the best to prevent or protect themselves from mosquito. So, these phenols or this chemical that irritates the mosquitoes. Mosquito will never come closer to it. No? So, and then bitoni gorom na ling so that and immediately would have been the name that kilo kimur ling rakin tama toto tamam tama rudi tamam no ko kimur fine, so but in anything it some kule ngo konda bari and then you find that they ko ngelo kimur ko de ko ngelo kimur, definitely the signs and symptoms of malaria, which is within 14 days, 10 to 14 days, will manifest from the time of getting the bite. and then do da di minna kwe, and then because tokumarang lo yedena ko every koro pokine lingu dena da bes utini no e kiburu ya do ga egao ado jogi jogga and then do moju no you can take it because nana naga anadika jambinna our natural medicine are actually not dangerous like the current conventional medicine. There's nothing like underdose, there's nothing like overdose, no? Because it's natural and the body is natural, it's able to metabolize it all fine. Yala doru minade, nilo toko marang, if you put a moju, it will definitely, the signs and symptoms of malaria, it will disappear. Headache, nina minna kwe, nina sa onamugun, nina kikira, nina ja, it will disappear. Now let's correlate with the plan. Nilo ko dingi laga quinine, where the current quinine rekatalo. Nilo lunga Cinchona bark. No? Cinchona bark is the tree, is a plant actually where quinine, the current quinine soinana is the last treatment line for malaria, complicated malaria, be it complicated malaria or malaria during pregnancy. Mutu nabana hamilan, management of malaria, it's very different from management of malaria from a woman who is not pregnant. And based on the stages, Kati, Nilo Cinchona bark, how it was discovered, inu dingit mutulu jore tata ku malaria. Yala ngila ke dingi durjo nyoga ko kare. Ako dena dingi lo ke dingi. So ngila ke dingi doro ku kwati piong kine jore yala ngila ke dingi doro. Ye dukin piong kata. Yala Kenya tele ben kati ye bala ende bari ngilo kare kata. So it came to be realized nagari mutulo mojukunu piong laga ngila ke dingi duin kata kalo. They actually got cured from the malaria. So people were thinking, and manata di kuna piyong kine sana elajua. But with the time, Google condi another relative study, mojukunen piyong from the other top part. Daga ngeloke dinga doing katala. They find that they still suffer from malaria. That was actually when they realized naga di ngelo Cinchona bark, ngelo cocoa lalapen has a property that fights against malaria. And then jokani joka kiti na tokumarang and then scientists came to know, and then they started producing it, and until it reaches to the current industrial level of quinine. But quinine is derived or extracted from Cinchona bark. Cinchona bark ngela kadini boso ngilo likan boso tokumarang no. Yeah. So tokumarang is actually one of the noble traditional remedy that not only the Pojulu, but many people of South Sudan actually survived from. No? If it was not because of Tokumarang, it's like the current ARV song, it has rescued many people who HIV. So our traditional remedies, we should really hold it very dear, and the knowledge about it, because elders Kangilo, most of them, because now they are deep in the village, difficult life, they are not able to be helped. We, by us who are young people, they are the one having all the knowledge about this traditional medicine. So we should be very close to them, and we should really find a way of preserving our traditional remedies. Back to you, Raider.
Wow. That's really, really helpful.
Thank you, Raider.
So helpful, honestly.
Yeah, the other thing also could have when we were in the village, so life was very difficult. No drug, pharmacy buying, doctor buying. Actually, my sister, had a very serious diarrhea. Very serious diarrhea. It was bloody diarrhea. So what happened? I don't know. What they did, they just got the loam soil. Loam soil, kujang kini. Ako lakapodik waje dede kugawa kugawa ID de bes ID de ku pion e ku baya atin de leben ku leben moju immediately leben bes motan do kine kujang na mix with the gawa kine she became fine nilo diarrhea yes stop. So I was checking.
Yeah, aja de sorry ngutul kan ngutul kan lo ti ero do me denu dingi jibitala ki jadu ba lakin kuko do me dangu longo maka ayam they will try everything possible ma mara ni laga laji e ngutu just they are using their common sense using a common sense to kuko and it really asa kudo compare kinga jin kase kuko kinga jin kang gol moti ko la kinga ayam sika jo rekat ngutu no maka to different kind of ayam sika compare to kinga jin kase kuko.
So I was checking nakurum binari kine kujung kukilo gawa they actually adsorbed the toxins from the intestine from the toxins, and because of the diarrhea there are so many bacteria, basically sigilosis sigilla kilotoxin got adsorbed on the soil. Kilotoxin la godo dapat hinda immunity ni kilo got attached to the soil and the coffee, and then it was passed out as feces. And then with the time, most of the toxin, that was actually how the toxin got eradicated from the intestinal lumen, and then it got cured. So every of these things that our ancestors were doing as regards to traditional remedies, they are actually having scientific proof. Like the problem is not the dosage. Ako dena do moju dose daga bada. Because the boku malaria do tigari do moju tigari timelo do moju tigari timelo or dorogeleng or dorogeleng. But this time we talk about dosage form. A dosage. Mana do tagari malaga morekan. Lakini do tiki or dorogeleng that is the beauty. So Igbos mean the Quebec our traditional remedies. Some of our are actually inside the drugs that we had. Thank you, Raider. Ku PSC kata belonginan belongi job gelengeng.
Tenate wanji PSC kulo lingutun mino concentrate kuyati diker timelo yela lete pien yelo kuma Mark Christine Torujo.
I'm asking about nyapi for what kind of sickness? Oh, ngilo kuden. Na kuden. As andom traditional medicine kulo, di musida Ethiopia ni follow currently dawat kulo kade. Sala undo meta pojulu wala Sudaniu, nawa kang wilu lungu kade o kakulo lungu kade o kukulo lungu kade. So to be honest, kuden na jele na kuden ngilo kukuri wala ya jele.
How do you comment? Okay. But it's correct.
Okay, on the oil of lulu trees and the liku, its benefits. Liku, yes. This is one of the things I need to check it. But it's very easy to compare it. I can check it and then I will respond to our brother next time. Nyamba. Because anajambina most of kilo nana kuden all the traditional medicine. Asandomida nan kenda actually African traditional complement alternative medicine. It's part of our like in if I kenda kaden kuloling. Yala kaden laga kenda sense ni Ethiopia kulo feri kukulu kaden kan la ti jurkulo. lakin kine yes na gana tagini na bo jambu kine kine yes na nango den I jamana nan lisa bo juru. So it's very important na gadi me ku sannepo. Maybe we can go back to the country and then we can be able to understand more about our traditional remedies and the types of the trees, the leaves, and so on. And then that time, I will be able to honestly advocate and talk about all the plants. As for now, kilo some of these rats like longuro kimo, kuda kilo jore kilo na.
Okay. Yeah,
Lakin the most important, lakin the most important, lakin the most.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
The most important thing, look, baby, dawat kang ti kat kulo yan. Nango jambo kwa tigiri timero some few minutes ago, before I talked about the Syncono bag, because they are actually the same, they are having the same correlations in the treatment of malaria. Nango jambo.
Tinate.
You will lie, so we have to go with you. To the bank. No.
Makek, Loriko, Kasram, and others. Yes, thank you. Simon Tinate pari kungilo Pierre Lolu. Yorumbini fruits kang basoko Kasram, Loriko, Kilo Lingbok. Most of them they have they are tannins. They have tannins. Tannins kulo ngangara hinda parit in the antioxidant property or ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid will vitamin C lo ngangara hinda in the wound. Also tissue generation, regeneration. So most of the fruits, that's why even the doctors advise we have to eat a lot of fruits. There were no other fruits. Fruits like apart from fruits like wild fruits, kulorikok, makek. No, makek is actually similar. It has a lot of ascorbic acid. No, ascorbic acid, vitamin C, is actually one of the most important part in wound healing. No? Vitamin C, proteins, these are components that helps tissue regeneration and wound healing. On top of that, it also has antioxidants. Antioxidant, if we could pita for a long time, you accumulate a lot of free radicals in the body, and then ado dongado like kilo fruits can laga the wild fruits. They have a lot of this property, antioxidant properties, and also vitamin C. And I don't know other vitamins that are possibly there, but I do know that they are very, very beneficial as regards to health. Oh, no. Martin Tinate Parik for that question. Diabetes, actually, when I talked about food last time, I talked about two types of diabetes. We have type 1, type 2. So diabetes low it comes when there are possibly two pathologies regarding to diabetes pathology low the etiology cause sometimes the islands of Langerhans laga logo ya jere pancreas they are not sensitive to insulin. This is common in type 2 diabetes. Type 2 basically for older people, and it runs in the family. Like in type 1 diabetics manato the islands of Langerhans kilo tissue laga in the pancreas that produces insulin they don't produce enough insulin. Sometimes if they produce enough insulin, the insulin is not even concentrated. So that's why excess sugar in the blood cannot be converted to glycogen. So when it comes to eating diet for diabetic patient, Sugar minimization is very, very important. Also, honey is not advisable for somebody who has diabetes. Even some fruits, bananas, because bananas has a lot of glucose. It's not advisable. But it comes also, there is a time when, if the diabetes mellitus is well controlled, because chronic sickness. But every time Domido took dictator to the nurse, it's something that you can manage it yourself. Mutula diabetic low, he or she knows how to take his random blood sugar and then how to inject insulin. Well, then if it is insulin dependent, well, type 1, then kulepe segu berikarida ko insulin ko the kilo insulin adida how to preserve it, keeping it cold, and how to keep the needles safe. So this is a disease that is a chronic disease that all the patients they know. Even kinyolo, when it comes to feeding of diabetic patient, dura millet is very, very important, because I mentioned last time. Millet kudura, they have a lot of magnesium and potassium. And potassium and magnesium helps in making the insulin more sensitive to, to its function. So also is advisable for somebody who has diabetes. But there is also a point, for instance, diabetic law, his diabetes, his blood sugar is controlled. Okay, there is a time that you can advise, because in a medicine, you have to move with some sweets in your pocket. No? You have to move with some sweets in your pocket, and there is a card which says that I am diabetic, because diabetes have two extremes. One, sometimes the blood sugar can go very, very high, okay, above 120, something like that, milligram per deciliter. That's when you exhibit signs and symptoms of hyperglycemia or diabetic ketoacidosis. And then you cannot feel anything, and then mugunun sasao, the mouth is dry. No? It's very dangerous. So sometimes getting extreme, there is also a time when the blood glucose level goes down, hypoglycemia. So this is the time whereby you have to take something sweet, honey, to at little bit increase the blood sugar. But this is when you can take this honey when it comes to hypoglycemia level. But again, immediately after taking the honey, you have to make sure that you take your drugs or you take your insulin, because reducing, because your insulin is not sensitive to converting excess glucose to glycogen. So it's very complicated to advise a diabetic patient on honey consumption. But the most important thing to tell a diabetic patient is no, don't eat honey. Don't eat honey, don't eat sugar. You know? But if you're going to do sports, because exercise is very, very important for all patients, be it diabetic or somebody with a heart disease or liver disease or kidney disease, exercise is very important. For a diabetic patient, if you advise him to go and do exercise, you can tell him do exercise maybe for 15 minutes. And then if you feel that you're feeling dizzy, these are signs. They know all the signs and symptoms of hypoglycemia and hyperglycemia. That if you feel dizzy, you just swallow one candy, one sweet. It will increase your blood sugar, and then the dizziness will disappear. Your blood sugar will be at the same range. But advising a diabetic patient to eat raw honey is actually not advisable when we come to the feeding given to a patient with diabetes. Thank you. I feel and I think I have answered our brother Simon.
That was Dominic, but now this is Brother Simon asking about the water.
Stream water and well water, which is more healthier for drinking. So yes, thank you so much. If you see our stream waters and the well water, okay, the most important thing about water is how do we preserve it? Okay, how do we keep it safe from contamination? The problem with stream water is that, because it is in an open area, kejaka tutut, dongo, asan, it is a stream. Mutul wo moju, kejaka kati mo moju, no? So potential of contamination is very, very high. Okay? But stream water, if it is protected, it is actually very, very good because it has most of the minerals that are needed. Yala kui medda jedede kui medda well water kan pion kan ti well kine because it is deep. Okay, it is deep and also it's protected. It's a little bit safer. It's safer than the stream water. But the thing is that because of the depth, no, there are some elements, some metals which may also have problems with bone development. Even though then kuda tuju bay do met kilo eritrean wala somalin kilo donc met kala gas ko barida long em no that is because of too much fluorine in the water. Okay, but also it depends on the land where this well is dug. Okay, there are so many things, but as much as stream water is less safer than well water. Well water, it has a lot of some of the elements which actually affects our bones, affects the drugs. So if you're taking well water, ado mujid dawar goso tetracycline. Piong ti well kine. Asan piong ti well kine go very many elements, fluorine and metals. So domedadi tetracycline will form chelates with these metals which we get from this natural water. So this tetracycline will not work. That is why kuda moju kuda uregi da versus ciprofloxacin will tetracycline. Dr. Loa advisor don't eat banana immediately after swallowing this drug, or don't take animal products like honey immediately after taking ciprofloxacin and tetracycline. No, because these drugs in this banana there is potassium. Potassium is an element when they react with the tetracycline or ciprofloxacin, it will form a chelate. Manatu ngilo dawa kalasga ba ilaju anangelo ayan lululo. That is the problem. Yeah, that is the problem with our waters as we relate to the current medicine. So there's one thing in pharmacy which is called drug-drug interaction, drug-food interaction, because water is part of our food. So there is an interaction mostly with all the tetracyclines, but with the exception of doxycycline. Doxycycline treats also syphilis. So this water is not about the water. One thing is, yes, it's about the elements that are in the water. The other thing is, how do we protect it? If the stream water is protected from the animals, it's safe, okay? Because it's actually the superficial, but well is dug deep. It's deep, and when you go down the layers of the ground, you find that there are so many elements and metals that will be there in the water. But one of the elements that are really having problem with the bone development as regards to a well, or a borehole, or a donkey, is fluorine. Too much fluorine, tingin da kala ti ngutulo, dementa ba logiri lang, logiri. So this is one thing that I can try to respond to my brother Ajiride, Simon. Kati kui meta goso basa la kulo, basa la kulo kati. One thing we know from onions, wale basala, we get Ajiride, we get iodine. Like it's not that iodine lumbini basala. The iodine is already there in the ground. Okay, the iodine is already in the ground. So the bulb of the onion actually gets the iodine from the ground, and then we eat it from the onions. So Ethiopia is one of them. Ethiopia, the whole land of Ethiopia, bakana iodine babain. Manatu basala loto duro Ethiopia nikulo bakana iodine. Dorumbini kudo to supermarket Rumina the sugar. The sugar is iodized. The rumina iodized sugar, iodized salt, to add more iodine to the body to substantiate the little iodine that is there in the onion. So when we talk about the ground, there are so many elements and there are so many metals which are of benefit to the body, and others are actually not of a benefit to the body. Thank you.
Wow. Tinate Farik. I comments nakata kone.
Tinate Parik Simon. Tinate Parik, thank you so much. Maybe next time, I don't know, those of Radar you will organize. Next time I will talk about the practices. Pojulu traditional health practices. Because of piana remaiki ding, dungo nari se, doto nakalati lubare, sora nangiro imuko kungiro babubugo, no? Ole, dungo na, bera na, beri, kuboku, pneumonia. Kalati lubare, sora nangiro, dungo na rise, piana na remaiki ding. So these are some of the things that I will be talking about next time, correlating it with our current health, our medical or scientifically proven, and relating it also with the acupuncture, naturopathy, and then homeopathy. These are some of the complementary alternative medical practices that our ancestors have been practicing. We will talk about it, whether it was safe or how, those kind of things. We will talk about it next time as Raider schedule it. I don't know when, but she will inform us.
That will be really helpful. James Kolokilo is like Brother Simon Kwani. They are so educative, and honestly, ngarakinda. So tinate pare. Link ngina kan ngini kong tolage ngoy fonda live. Da we. But for now, kuta boku pia la tengo pija amule tabu bulo pija. Lebe bulo ansa o ku kulaga lepeng bubulo akulaga lepe yebe busuna lepeng ngokyanya di nye ke u sudan mini isa sudan mini kunya lot it ama lepeng try explain most of the kule dawalin laga bimana ngangarakin yi. So tinate pare brother mule ngola katalo will wait for more questions bimana ko de kulisa question ki katala ku ko ngopija.
It's okay. Tinate pare.
Yeah. Ko kunande tindiyo let geleng.
And I would, you're welcome.
Wala dengo you looking day.
Fine. Anan lebong osong gamin nano.
Where there you look geleng.
Kede ko nande ne bunga dingin na najo parikan.
De maru.
Yeah.
Mo ila usura.
Miji bura kwe banga mo jupi utiling bang karayu. Miji bura kwe banga mo jupi utiling bang karayu. These are the little phrases that I still remember. Yeah, lakin kita de parik Sister Rada.
Tinate. Agustino, kilingina le malo lundo.
Jangan terlalu.
Nang udah tahu apa yang bikin dia naik.
Doing nang.
Inga do James. Inga do. Aina inga do. Iling so.
Okay, ay. Now what I.
There we are.
Ya, tinang Jambia nih.
Mendi deh. Pielo di kani. Pielo di kani ku. Pielo ni ku amule de ansalengi lo piet. And what's the name of the remedy used for eczema?
For asthma. Yeah.
Asthma.
I first of all namido I want to thank Sister Pfizer for this question. Lakini ngo togelenda namindo ku ide faime ku asthma lada. Asthma lo manato ngila one of the diseases of the respiratory tract. It is in the group of pneumonia, in the group of bronchitis. Like in cause law asthma law is totally different. The actual cause law asthma law akudena. But there has been study that asthma actually also runs runs in the family. It can be genetically inherited. Kumutu boko asthma, these are some of the signs and symptoms laga the person will have. Manato yukan nangutu na bobat the gil parekan. O mere longutulo mere longutulo redi hinda bering ipiring na geleng. Ati hindi yukan nangutu na gapa tamam. Yala the respiratory tract, so from the trachea up to even the bronchi, bronchus, they get constricted. And then they become very small. Huh? So making manato yukan na very, very difficult. Yala asthma is a chronic disease. It's a very chronic disease, but it can be controlled, it can be managed. But eradicating it totally, it's very difficult. But one of the mechanisms, you have to prevent yourself from the triggers. Asthma, manatu, one of the things, and then there are some allergies, because people are triggered by some allergies. That specific food kule bayo suna na jede na pululodok sometimes can also trigger the asthmatic attack. Asthma no problem. The problem is the attack, asthmatic attack. Episodes of asthmatic attack, it always come when you are exposed to the triggers. Like when we talk about the remedies previously, boso culture lo pojulu, buni kangang ti pojulu, paka nangina knowledge naga manatu ferigo asthma from pneumonia wala TB wala bronchitis. Nina knowledge kajuna bain. Because of that, actually asthma lo akudena kajuna. Whether it was there or it was not there, but it was managed the same as iron law you can. So one thing that now then one of the remedies, it's one of the things that I will talk about it when I talk about some of the procedures next time. Manatu mere long rolaga ko wajerede ko milazma lo gegera. Manatu kuko belief nagadi rimanaro wele lokorenaro de lokorenaro kata I mereteni yina tinda you can very difficult, which is something which is actually a myth. This is one of the things in our tradition which has no scientific proof. Like when we talk about the current management of asthma, well, the medications, there are so many medications. Kule katalaga, you have to take it for a long time. Kule katalaga, when you have the attack, actually asthmatic attack, like albuterol, you puff it in your mouth, albuterol, which is salbutamol inhaler, salbutamol tablet, and then the aminophylline. It's one of the drugs. So we make the lungs full of very many receptors. So these drugs actually work on the receptors which are found in the lungs and makes it expand. Manatu asan ngolo tinginda ngutuku asthma yukan nangutu bategil nasan the lungs lukopuro nangutuna it's becoming congested, no? And also the airway, or the trachea, bronchi, bronchus, no? Anybody becomes very small. So the dawalaga the who rocking the local dawalaga manatu it can dilate. Hukodo bronchi branches when you take that drug, it will dilate manatu the bronchioles and the bronchi, manatu ayukanna gerolo, will improve. So this is the current management of asthma. Because asthma is a chronic disease, so knowledge about the disease for a person who has asthma is also very, very important on how to protect him or herself from getting an asthmatic attack. Like in previously, beronna nina knowledge babain kase ku baba kaswale ku mama. So they were treating everything best like iron law you can. But like in currently, you find that iron law you can law. There are so many of them. Yeah. Because pneumonia. Pneumonia get two types. Okay, we have lobar pneumonia, we have bronchial pneumonia. Asthma kati, we have different types of asthma. Bronchitis, we have different types of bronchitis, acute and chronic. We also have cystic fibrosis, chronic disease, which is because of destruction of the cells of the lung. So traditional remedy lo asthma. That time the only remedy was a procedure like bosan antagni no. So merete lo gera. Nanza mugera ni. I had some cuts from here. So I think maybe I have answered the question of my sister Faiza. Tinata break sister Faiza for your question.
Tinate. Brother Robert. Tinate kudungi la blessing, kudungi la blessing kasungini. Alice kuya wasara anak put tinate lolu. And then there's root link ngina kan ngini. You just click and then I will let you in. Thank you. Let a person yellow. Ko brother Simon again amule. James Mali sanaboti kinado I jambude.
Nabod.
Okay, forest fires. You know, actually, it's not part of my study, but I can just use common sense. You know, forest fires. So, berona, you know, ku idingin na jirede na idingin na gorja. Kudo windo pakatu kita kijaga kulo kunu payo, you know, doru lo ura, no. Like in ura na doru lo, it has a lot of scientific problem to do with the weather. Global warming, no? These are some of the things that happen. The ozone layer is like, it has a, that's why now you see even all the countries all over the world, they're talking about climate change. Some of the issues of the climate change are because of some of our human activities, like setting the bushes, the forests on fire. So, but in the health perspective, for me, I can say it's not good because kudomeda kaden kulongare hindai with oxygen actually. Tomato carbon dioxide coming and then gives us oxygen. Yala ku the forest is burned. For instance, kudo bonyana ku forest. Manatu all the trees will be burned, and then oxygen, that habitat, that mutual crepe cycle, it will be destroyed. That is one. The other one also, kudomeda kaden golongarai also in the rain cycle, formation of rain. We know conventional rain, all the three types of rain. So basically, burning of the forest, much traditionally, it was considered as a good habit because of regrowth. Like it's something that has a lot of detrimental scientific effect. So that is the best I can answer for that. But it is not in the part of health. The traditional medicine, but I think it also has scientific negative effects in terms of asan kudo orja forest law. What actually comes out is carbon, too much carbon monoxide. Kudo bonyonayo ngilo carbon monoxide. If you inhale it, it is toxic to your bloodstream, to your blood system. So not only even though I remember Jamananganansa Kenda Uganda refugee camp, we were using because life was very difficult. We were using the elastic law Arabia to study Kendini. Lakin inudingidi akudena di elastic law Arabia law, it was actually very, very dangerous. Why? Because there are a lot of carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide, when it enters your system, your blood system, it actually dismantles all the oxygen which has got already combined with the hemoglobin. Immediately, it is very poisonous. You can suffocate and die. We did not know. If we wanted the light, But it is the same correlation with the burning of the forest. A lot of carbon in the air affects the ozone system and also has a lot of issues with the climate. Also, quite a kudu, no? Forest long around there, what you could do, and then you could do a buying, within can buy durjo. So it's very, very important. Yala kule kaden. Okay, let me relate this one now with our remedies. This burning of the forest actually makes some of our medicinal plants to get extinct. Kude orjeke dingi, kule kaden katalaga, they don't regenerate. Let me give you one example. There was one plant, Egypt, Lunga Siliphian. Siliphian, this plant was used for family planning. In the ancient Egypt, Siliphian was used as a family planning tree. Kude dumunda kokurile lopido jogang mutu nana kwanna kwe moju manato by dukin pele. And that was actually how family planning originated. But this Siliphian, because of massive cutting, it got extinct. If you go to Egypt, and it was one of the best local remedy for family planning. So burning forest, it will destroy some of our plants which are of medicinal value. So it's one of the things that ku akodit kina kodit ku durjo ma durjo dinginas kona kubutition and then they will get down. Lakin ora nas do rulo leave alone aje de kule ngola do or jedur lo ngoto awti yako kurin na ngoto na kanyum kurin na ngoto na kanyum ma kumakin no kule kala zato kadijin manokan kungina ora na do. So there's a lot of negative reasons for me to talk against such a burning of forest. Even we see Australia, we saw Anameda television last time, I don't know America because of a cigarette. Dorulo, it's not. It has a lot of negative effect. Thank you.
Tinate, brother Mule, brother Angela Emmanuel, there we are. Dainga?
Nalo inga bora.
Okay, there we are.
Iya te. Ayo yeng na yo bora.
Nainga do brother Angelo, nalo inga. Agele.
Agele Emmanuel. Agele. Amu ta bongo kajulu Ethiopia hii mo. Kana do matani.
Kira iko lo jamu ko eti medicine.
Ayna yara urana jata morta ko ya kasotene.
Tinate.
Oh yeah.
Yala bo nyo amule. Taka sireida. Kita dereta ida ko bale de ngono bare general asan nan la ka kuatan lakin alo ke nyanyar ko ka so pare. Kota do tinda wili to ana do wala ni bielo ka kwalo ale de gebila do wala ni la ko proba de ko la ka bu bari ko kan ne ka.
No problem.
Kina te dina siko na pot na morta na lo ke bo min ka julun. Na morta pare.
Tinate again.
Ai. Iya tete, utita ngero na lo inga tatinda wili do ma inga ma yonga bwe.
Aya, tinate.
Okay, iya tete.
Ambassador there we are. Yeah. Dainga Ruth?
Dona kuna andika.
Ana jambo nanuunda Ruth. James
Ruth iko lo inga do inga.
Oh, na morta ko medana le fejat.
Aya Ruth there we are. Dainga?
Banda lagi.
The camera damage.
Allora dia pamit. Pojulu.
Ruth?
Halo.
Inga Ruth. Halo ai.
Nada por main kan?
All the time. God, why can't you just do it like that? What if you just did that? Music.
Thank you, Sister Christina, for the response.
I think that was enough, Musu.
Yes, sure. Tirade Parik. And also, I want to thank Sister Christina for responding. Nandi Agwadingilo ini na kuden lakin I thank her for responding, giving us the name of the track, its medical value.
Thank you. James na aden kudong ya lopo po la dogi pai po iko ni mundu do na aden ku la lisa go ku piat ko wuro hindi kan nginin otherwise dingini kanane ngoni ponde udde yeah. Kurang continue ku yole lo ay de monundi
maybe yeah.
Wani dengo ku ya
Nadi maybe after the Ingilo elite, then I will give my last remarks.
Okay. Okay, there we about.
Yeah. Namindo, I want to thank Sister Rada for hosting me, and I want to thank all the Pojulu worldwide. Pojulu Kanti Australia, Pojulu Kanti UK, Pojulu Kanti Australia. Ne bogo Roman guajide Sister Jerisa. Jerisa don't have gini. It has been a very nice show. Even the Adingelo culture, like an kebe more especially knowledge and pride. Pride nigga na Pojulu na kebe likin. And tokomon na kubaba nothing na go denda na kilo ini golaga sogna na even it has been medically proven to have a great help in regards to treating diseases, Nina kine kwenye kebe bubungo. And if we find time, we better nyona ku kilo elders kang long den kilo ini gogolo so that this knowledge we cannot lose it. I thank you so much, and I'm waiting to meet you again in my next show, where we will be talking about Pojulu practices that are relevant of health previously, and then correlating it with the current medical practices. Thank you so much.
Tinate Farid, brother Mule, the yengar juku ya jore, koyi nenduna di denga ngarakin jore kan. So, Tinate Farid, madam, we really appreciate your time, and you're always welcome to share your knowledge with all of us as well.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Brother Dominic. Brother Dominic. Brother Dominic, nyangina link you just click the link and then you follow the instruction. Tinate. Lily. Tinate koti igbo ko yi iwatching iyong aduna jaman net nagado kwai watching ka ko yi tinate. Thank you so much, Amule. Do yellow do bula you looking there yellow look that lo bye bye. Wow. Guest speaker hanye jaman na pena ye ye jong adu certain bonus almost certain bonus ye tinate la suling busunaga na program is what Pojulu must be alive ye ngo culture lo bode free u nyena yandi yi mutulun kade laga lokonde jambo mutula boko different knowledge ki kaselaga yimuden ngangarakin yi. So keep following the page. And then Domorani. Benefit yore ikulengo loja jama. Otinate nana yoluk nana bunde. Tinate la sul. Mara let the yom again.
Ini apa? Asai. Bain lah na lagi nama bain. Kira. Ya. Tidak boleh. Ini apa? Asai. Jawa. Kayak Jawa. Hah? Wis. Gitu. Kayak Jawa.
Ya.